Hello, my name is Gina Chaves, and I'm going to present you the development of the task 6, Project Yourself. As a product of this task, I wrote an essay that I titled Teaching Process Acting Like a Guide, Not as a Commander. In the first place, to contextualize this topic, we know that technology advances have brought many changes in educational area. And thanks to those advances, those changes, an increasing amount of people have more and more access to the knowledge and in general the available knowledge that we have nowadays. So a lot of strategies to teach and learn have been designed through research according to these resources. In this context, we have that to identify the characteristics of an ideal teacher, it's a difficult but useful process for teachers' development. And it's difficult because it depends on individual characteristics. This makes this process subjective, but at the same time, it's very useful because it's essential to find some common grounds to be a quality English teacher, right? So in this case, we have some specific aspects that I think that are the most important to become an effective teacher. It's necessary to have a specific knowledge about the discipline that is taught, but at the same time, it's necessary to have the ability to communicate this discipline or this area effectively. In order to do this, it's important to develop the ability to design proper strategies according to the specific individual and context situation. This is how we can act as a guide and not as a commander. In this point, students should drive their own learning process so it can be more efficient and long-lasting for English real use. It depends on motivation strategies too, because that's how students truly want to learn. And this is something that a good teacher must develop, right? Because motivation is a really important and fundamental aspect to the practice of the teaching. Motivation can be accomplished by showing English as a tool to know more people, more cultures, and take advantage of the opportunities in general. But it's also important the use of technology gadgets, such as games, videos, music, and podcasts, because these resources help a lot to students with getting more vocabulary to learn more things because it helps to the contextualization of grammar. But this depends on the technological skills that the teacher has. That's why it's a really important matter. These tech gadgets can be used not only in the development of the class, but also in the assessment phase, because it makes this process more dynamic and interesting. Tests should be used as another method to keep learning and not seen as a punishment. And another aspect is the continuity, because continuous self-learning it's essential to students, because it's not useful to only use English in the context of the class, but also out of there, and continue learning by themselves. At last but not least, a good teacher must be able to develop or promote teamwork in class. Because it increases socialization, solidarity, emotional intelligence, and cooperation. and in this way, we can prepare more integral students. Then summarizing, an ideal teacher must have the specific knowledge of its area, communicative abilities to make students understand what he is communicating, planning skills to take advantage of the resources and the characteristics of the students, of course, technological abilities to develop everything that I mentioned before, and of course, integrity to form better people or better citizens. And thanks for your attention.